Hello, everyone, and welcome to Solace Podcast number 34. I am your host and General Dumbfounded, better known as Alex.
I'm Muctism, General in Solace, Vision, and Oceus.
I am Boras and I'm Captain in Solace.
Hello, I'm Salty and I'm Captain in Solace and a General in Frozen Day CC.
Hi, I'm Figu, one banana in Solace.
Okay, and first thing we're going to talk about, we just want to talk about how Borsi has joined the retirement home. He is now 4.6 billion XP. That's a pretty high number. Any thoughts on your journey coming to an end? What have you been up to, etc.?
I've been playing an Iron Man. I tried some PvM on my main, but really didn't like it, and tried RuneScape 3, but it was so boring. So I've been playing an Iron Man.
What kind of PVM did you try on your main? I actually didn't know that you did that.
I only killed Mole and Scotty, so...
Oh, big. Some real quality PVM.
Yeah, that was enough. And... nothing really anything much to say about that.
Some CSGO as well.
Yeah, really performing really well there.
That is kind of
Solace
true.
CSGO team is doing very well.
Yeah.
Especially on Nuke. We're actually Nuke Globals.
That is true. The best nuke team in the world. We will take down Astralis one day.
Hell yeah.
That's a promise. A guarantee, if you will. Anyway, we could just move on quickly.
Watch out, device, we are coming for you.
I'm sure he'll see this.
Yeah.
This is actually like a good segue into the first topic, because all our gens are going to be probably finishing the game this year. We kind of somebody wanted to ask about the future of the clan, at least leadership-wise. Personally, I think that I kind of want to stay on and continue playing the game. I don't know in what capacity that'll be, but I'm actually looking forward to the future of the clan post 200 mil all, personally.
Yeah, I think the clan's on a good trajectory right now. I definitely will not be sticking around after the game, but I think we've obviously talked about it behind the scenes. I think that we have some good candidates for the future.
Yeah, I think that the up-and-coming talent, especially within our clan, is very promising. And also, surprisingly, kind of a mature pick that's in our minds that I think will be very good for the future of the clan.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm excited to see who the new general or generals will be.
Maybe it's you.
I think there will be a lot of new generals, actually, because I think... I'm not going to speak for them, but I know that I'm one of the only ones wanting to stay on, so we'll have to see what happens with that. If not
Any others?
only.
I think it's gonna be like Alex is gonna be he's never gonna leave the gen position, and maybe others will switch.
Yeah, I think so too.
It'll be the Randallicious of this clan.
Yeah, and that's fine.
I'm more than happy to do it. 5.5 years in the clan. I don't see leaving. I've been a general for more than half of my time in the clan, which is crazy because it's such a long period of time as well. Jeez, I'm old. I am old. Figu was 10 years old when I joined this clan. That's not a joke. That's true. It sounds like a bit, or a gag, but it's actually true.
That's pretty crazy.
Figu, what do you think of the future of the clan, considering you're part of it?
New blood would be nice, like mix of just old gens and new people. Because you'd want to have people scaling preferably. I mean, PVM, people who finish the game and just doing PVM, I'm not really sure it's the best for a scaling clan in terms of leadership.
I mean, personally, I think that this ties in with a later question we actually have, but I see like skilling clans in general kind of phasing out. Not completely, but I see like it taking more of an RS3 angle and people like being more like overall players. Because when the top page closes, obviously, you know, like that in general sends like a lot of lower motivation levels. Once like high ranks start to be taken, people will start skilling more casually.
Yeah.
And the game obviously gets easier, right? And then you have PVMers starting to skill casually just because it's, you know, something they can do on the side with pretty much anything. It's kind of a depressing thought, but it is likely the trajectory of the game, in my opinion.
Happened in RS3. Will happen again.
Exactly. That's kind of my mindset on it. And then the next question is actually directed at Figu specifically. What is your opinion on coming into the community as a new player?
It's been nice so far. I mean, I've been received pretty well, I hope at least, but I just feel like between I don't know, there's the right amount of toxicity. It's not like everyone's too nice to each other and stuff like that. Like, people are tough on each other. And it's like competitive, which I like.
Well, you're definitely playing competitively. I think obviously anyone who plays as much as you will be pretty well received overall, because people like seeing that. It's something that doesn't happen as often anymore.
It's been nice so far though. Big fan of lots of people in Solace.
Not me though, hopefully.
Yeah, no.
Does anyone have any thoughts on the new players coming into the game? It seems to be more and more rare as of late.
It's more rare quantity-wise, but I feel like there's been a lot of really good players starting like recently, which I think is more valuable.
It seemed like we were in a bit of a drought for a while. I think I agree with you. I guess that's all we have for that topic. Just a small question here, kind of see if everyone wants to answer this one, but what would you be doing with the large amount of time we all spend on this game if not for this game? I imagine most of us would probably be playing different games. Maybe not as much, but...
I don't know, that's a scary thought. I don't want to finish this game.
I would be playing other games. I don't really see, like, maybe I should focus on studying more, but I would be playing other games.
Yeah, same other games.
Yeah, same for me. I would probably be playing like CSGO and maybe World of Warcraft. Maybe a bit of League with my friends, but I wouldn't do anything like more productive with my time. At least like maybe I would like study a bit more.
Yeah, you
wish. Yeah, but I'm not sure about that because before I played this game, I still didn't do anything productive with my time. I just hanged out with my friends and played other games.
I want to say that I think I'd be a more well-rounded person. Like, still probably play a shit ton of other games, right? But at the same time, there are definitely... Everyone neglects certain aspects of their life more than they should when they dedicate this much time.
Yeah.
So, maybe like a little bit of a difference there. I'm not too sure, though. It's hard to say because we actually don't live in that world. Like, this game is here. We do play it a lot. I guess I'll see when I finish.
I mean, what'd you do before RuneScape?
League of Legends.
Ah, fair enough.
Counter-Strike.
So, basically the same answer from everyone.
Yeah.
Play video games.
No, I'd definitely be 16-hour-a-day bed Andy on Netflix.
That would actually be me, I think.
I'd
That's
probably
would be
have
the
gone
most
through
accurate.
the entire catalog.
This game's the only thing that gets me out of bed in the morning.
Nice.
I can agree with that, actually.
Speaking of Netflix, our next question is actually a good one because, you know, we, as skillers, probably spend a lot of time watching stuff on the side. Is there anything you've watched a lot of recently that you would recommend to the crowd out there that might be looking for some new shows to watch?
Ozark.
I like those.
I just started recently watching that one. It's so good.
Was it with Jason Bateman?
I do not know the actors' names.
You are 16, so.
I mean, everyone's seen it, but we just did a Breaking Bad rewatch, and it's always a good rewatch.
That's the kind of rewatch you gotta wait like a year, but then it just slaps again, just as hard.
Yeah.
It's actually a masterpiece of a show. Every time you watch it again, you see more shit that you didn't see the first time.
Also, Dexter's seasons 1 to 4 is a really good rewatch as well, or just a watch, I guess. But I assume most people have seen it.
I haven't really watched any shows. I watched Lost.
Lost was the first show I
months
watched.
ago. We started watching it early in Twitch. Some random was streaming it on Twitch, and I was so addicted I binge watched it in like 5 days. The rest of it.
Oh my god, the whole show?
Yeah, I watched like 16 episodes per day or something.
Okay, I guess we know what you would be doing with your time if not for RuneScape.
Yeah, I don't really watch too many shows, but recently I watched the Money Heist, and I think that was a pretty good show.
Is that show in Spanish?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate subtitles for RuneScape.
Yeah, but I think it's dubbed in English as well, but it's better in Spanish in my opinion.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
it's tough to watch dubbed shows because you
Yeah.
just like because the voice acting is just not as good as the original, obviously.
Yeah.
But funny that you say Lost. That was actually the first show that I watched when I started playing RuneScape a lot. I remember it now. I was crafting. I was doing rune crafting to get to Nats. Fucking long time ago. Holy. That was pre-Solace. Well, for me, it was a clan, I think. It kind of like the ending's kind of weak. Not gonna lie.
It gets kind of weird.
The early seasons are so good, though.
Yeah.
Friends is a good one to watch with RS.
Friends,
Good
you can
background
just like,
noise.
yeah, you just don't even have to pay attention, especially if you've watched it before.
Sitcoms are pretty solid with RS. Like Friends, Seinfeld, both good.
I would actually recommend Banshee. Fucking great series.
Banshee?
Yeah,
Never heard of it. What is
you
it
should
about?
look into it. It's not on Netflix or anything. It's like HBO or something.
Oh, HBO shows a slap.
Yeah, that's so nice.
I guess we can move on from this one if everyone is content with our answers.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, seems to be a big yup from me as well. This is a great question. What is your biggest weakness as a skiller? I want to see Saltia go first.
My biggest weakness. Well, I'm pretty bad at making money, in my opinion, and also I'm a terrible micro player. I don't really care about my rates at all. Like I do look at them sometimes, but for the longest time I used to like play without the XP tracker plugin. Like I had it turned off completely.
So you couldn't
Because
even
I-
check if you wanted to.
Yeah, because I didn't want to. Like when I was fishing, it's so depressing to see that I'm getting like 90k an hour when the EHP is like 112 or something.
Right.
So I just turned it off because it doesn't help me at all. I'm not gonna get any better rates even if I try. It's so hard for me to like get good rates for long sessions.
Yeah. Micro's also my biggest weakness.
Yeah.
Like, I'm 0.7 to 0.8 gang. I don't really look at my tracker and IFK a lot.
Same for me. I really care because I know I'm consistent.
Yeah,
I
Consistent
just
is
grind it
important.
out. I'm bad, but I just grind it out.
A lot of people can't do that though, so it's probably more important.
Unlucky
than
for
well,
them.
I mean, it just is more important than micro. The
Yeah,
ability to
definitely.
sit your ability to put ass in chair is the number one asset.
Logging in is like 80% of the battle in this game. As long as you're just logged in doing something, that's good.
Mine is my weakness is 100% my motivation as of like past year. Like I should care, and it's hard. Like I'll care for a day or something, and then I just stop caring again. I don't know why, but recently I just like kind of go through the motions and just play. Not to just finish. Like I still really enjoy the game. I love the game, but like I don't have any motivation to do like 80s even, which is not even that high.
Oh, 60 is nice.
I'm definitely never gonna hit an 80 again though because of RCA being my last skill. Like
Does everyone just lose motivation towards the end?
A lot of people lose motivation towards the end. Maybe it's because I see the game ending. Maybe that's why.
I was really motivated towards the end. I was like doing 15 hours of duo per day for the last 10 mil of RC.
Yeah, my motivation has gone up and down, but my weeks have stayed generally the same. I do about a 70 on average every week. That hasn't changed really since I started tryharding the game. Maybe I'll lose motivation as I get closer though, who knows?
I just don't know where it went. For me.
When with the rune crafting? No. Just all the money you have to make for that shit.
I remember when I was close to 200 mil all, and I was just like, no, I don't wanna finish yet, not yet. I was doing so little small days. I was like, I wanna go to sleep or something, just to play another day.
Wow, that's a really crazy way to look at it.
Yeah, I was really motivated to finish rune crafting, but not the game.
Did you say something, Figu?
Yeah, I just suck at sleep depriving for like comms and stuff. Like 48 hours, I guess I can tank, but like
haven't you done a 140?
No, just the hundreds.
Oh, really? You haven't done a what? I thought you did a 130, 140.
120, yeah, smithing. I mean, that's just basically staying up contest. But
Isn't
like towards the end, I wish I
is?
crashed.
Any 150ers?
Yeah, I know, but still, it's just I could not do it for a skill that actually takes skill.
Any 150ers? Any 150ers on CML?
115.
I'm not very good at sleep depriving either, only with Slayer, because I think literally anyone could do a 140 with that skill if they tried.
Yep.
I think the next question is a pretty fucking obvious answer from me, and it's a good segue in from this one. Just your highest level of motivation and lowest level of motivation. Pretty clear that this is currently my lowest, and my highest would obviously be with Slayer. Like, when were you the most motivated to play, and when have you been the least motivated to play?
Definitely Slayer was my most motivated. I can't pinpoint like a least motivated point. I've always just done like pretty like steady weeks with everything.
This is probably my best point right now, to be honest. I mean, like just joining Solace and then trying to speedrun 2 Banana at the moment is giving me good motivation. Same with the month comps; they're always fun to like compete in.
God, dude, I can't remember the last time I was in the month picture. Jeez.
I was most motivated like towards the end of the rune crafting. I was really playing too much more than I used to, and don't really know, maybe during like before 100 mil hunter I was like about to burn out from that, but that was like I wasn't really motivated.
That's so long ago now.
Yeah, like 4 years ago.
Damn. I was most motivated during the 2018 fantasy, so I was doing mining and a bit of agi, and I don't know. I just loved mining. It was so easy to do.
Was
like
that our
big
fantasy
weeks.
or the one after that?
It was the summer fantasy.
I don't remember. I don't remember what
You
ours
managed a
was.
team in that one?
I can't remember. I just know that I
You
drafted
ruined rune
Saltia.
crafting.
Yeah, the one that ruined rune crafting. The
Like-
Manafite Miracles one.
Oh, okay. That's what I
You mean the
thought.
one that ascended rune crafting?
Yeah.
And attack.
Yeah. And least motivated probably during fishing, because when I started fishing I was pretty motivated, but then like at like 70 mil I started my military service, which took 6 months, and I don't know, I played during like every time I was at home, but didn't really feel that good because I knew that my weeks are gonna suck anyway, even if I played even if I had stayed up for my whole free time, like during weekends, my weeks would still be fucking awful. So it was pretty unmotivating to play, but I still managed to play a little bit every now and then.
No sea papers, unlucky.
Nah, fuck that.
Does anyone think they have any tips for general motivation? I know there's not a ton of new players, but for any that might be listening, maybe there's something that we can teach you.
Give me some tips, man.
Well, just find the amount that you're comfortable playing. I think the biggest way people burn out is trying to overplay themselves. If you only want to do 60s, then just do that. It'll be a better long-term strategy. If you try to push that to 80s or 90s, you're just going to quit the game and not want to play at all. Just find your rhythm.
Well said.
I think that like just not burning out, really. Whatever you can do to not stop playing is gonna give you the most enjoyment out of the game. Like if
I'm
you're,
pretty sure doing this. Oh, yeah, go on.
well, I was just gonna say, if you're playing like as much as Figu and you're hating your life, you are not going to be playing this game come a few months from now. That's
Just
not
doing a
directed at you, but I don't think you
Okay.
are hating your life. I think you're enjoying how much you're
Nah.
playing.
Game's fun at the moment, yeah. I think just doing a skill that you like absolutely love and just crushing it out. But then again, you might also just feel like shit after you finish it because you don't really know where to go after that.
I feel like
Spoke is a lot of fun at the moment.
that's happened to me. So
Everyone when they
okay.
finish Slayer.
I was thinking about fishing personally. Took me a while to get back into the swing of things after finishing that one. That was like my Slayer before I had Slayer.
Slayer wasn't even my Slayer.
Well, the reality is fishing wasn't even my fishing. Slayer was my fishing. Now we're just
That's
speaking
so
in
true.
riddles. I think here. Let me see if I missed. Yeah, because there
You
was a good
skipped
question
one.
that I might have missed. No, I know I skipped one, but that was because of. Yeah, no, I skipped one because I wanted to go to the most motivated, least motivated question. But there was a question that was like, what made you start skilling? And I think that's a good question to talk about here. And I think maybe a better way to also get into that question is like, do you remember the moment when you really like got into the game? And like who or what attracted you to the game? Just like that general topic, I think, is a good one to get into.
I can start.
Sure.
It was Skilling 2 video on YouTube.
Shout out to
When
Jamie.
I saw that, I was like 2016, and after I got 99 Slayer, I was going really hard for max, and that video was motivating me. So thanks, Dreamy, for that.
Those videos are pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I started skilling. I just wanted to go for 200 mil agility. Skilling is always what I've done in this game since I've like really started. And I just wanted to get 200 mil in, a skill I liked. In Fantasy Season 3, I started actually thinking more about 200 mil all and doing other skills. To pinpoint a few people who like got me started into like actually trying. Be like Omar, Vior. There's probably some others that I'm not thinking of. Mainly just Omar and Vior. Ruined my life by getting me to go for 200 mil all.
Well played. I started skilling at Hardcore Iron Man release, basically. Well, I mean, it was before that, but then I quit for like a pretty long time. I was already in the clan, and then I quit because I was just going to school and I just didn't really want to play RS anymore. And I quit, and then Hardcore Iron Man came out. So I played that. My roommate ragged me and I died to a cake stall guard, and then I just finished max, and then from there I was like already logging in on my main again at that time when I started playing the hardcore, because I was doing Redwoods, because Redwoods is like my Redwoods, you know, world record Redwood week, by the way. And I was already bonded, so I just finished max, I guess, when I went home for Christmas. And then I started playing again, took another pretty sizable period off again. And then I guess fishing was like my first real break into actually like actively skilling, and it was kind of the tipping point for starting 200 mil all, I guess, was when I started fishing, probably when I got to like 50 mil. Then I was like, well, I'm just going to keep doing this. The motivation of get a top page skill was there. Shut down, rank 25. And from that point on, I guess I was locked in for 200 mil all. I don't know.
Anyone else?
Salty and Figgy.
You can go first.
This game, I don't know, I hate everything about this game apart from skilling. It's just always something nice to work towards. You always have something to go for. Because once you get a pet at a boss, you can't really, there's no point going back.
Well, that's just not
That's
true,
how I feel. So. Oh, come on, there's no way you do it, just do it because you like it.
Well, some people like doing like challenge mode raids and shit, and speed running PVM bosses.
I guess PBs.
Playing the wrong game. Go play WoW. Just gonna say it.
Also, PvP is pretty fun.
Like originally, well, when I first started this game, I was playing like really casually, just with my friends, and then I saw Link's Titans video. I don't remember which one it was, but one of Link's Titans videos, and I don't know. I just right after seeing that, I kind of wanted to go for max, but what actually got me to like serious skilling was the Season 3 Fantasy when Alex picked me on his team. And that's when I started like going pretty hard with mining and Agi, trying to win.
We were supposed to win that. We had
Yeah. Then Fury Lord ragged us.
Fury Lord decided that smoking weed was more important than helping people that wanted to win, I guess.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
You did trust Fury Lord over Utter Pleb. That was kind of an error in judgment.
I mean, no, not really. Like, all things considered, it was the right choice. It's not my fault. Well, it is my fault, but I don't think I'm really to blame for that. It's very clear who's to blame for that loss.
Well, I mean, you're obviously not the one to blame. I would have started Utter Pleb, though.
Yeah, maybe. Fury Lord had done like a lot for the team, and Utter Pleb said not to pick him. He wanted to enjoy his graduation, and I was like, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, nice graduation. I'll come do a 110.
That's all if he just done an 80. That's what he told me he could do. Fury Lord told me 110. Fucking liar. Never been so hurt in my life. And it was just such a painful 3 days of us 6v7ing, basically.
Yeah.
And then we just had to give up because we started losing. Because we obviously can't keep up with one extra player.
The Wizards did it against Fraser's team last season.
What a cope that I am being right now, huh? Was there an answer from you, Figu, or am I might have...
Yeah.
Okay, I have dementia, I'm sorry.
Just 40.
Getting old, man, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a boomer on this game now. As far as skilling goes, at least. Well, obviously there are people way fucking older than me. I'm not that old, but holy, feel like a boomer just from how long I've been playing, how long I've been part of the clan and stuff. If that's true what Beleg said though on Twitter today, if he's been in the clan for 6 years and 10 months. That's Figu, you were
Just
so
since
young.
RuneScape Classic.
9 then,
You
yeah.
were so young. You would have been 8, no?
No,
Which in chat just said old bastard when you said that.
Who, Beleg or me? You better be.
Beleg.
Okay, good. Beleg is also just younger than me. By a year, I think.
Wait, that was Big Head, not Witch.
Ah, okay. You've just slandered the wrong person.
Doesn't matter, Big Heads are random.
Nathan. Let's see. I guess if that's all to be said on that matter, we could move on. We could go to the question that I skipped.
What did you skip?
I skipped, if you're forced to play less, would you continue skilling or doing something else?
No, I'd quit if I couldn't play as much as I could right now.
Really? I hate that opinion, but I understand it.
Well, it's not an opinion. It's just
Or
It's just how
I
I
hate
like
that
the game.
mindset, I guess, but I do understand it.
I like to put like my full attention to something. If I couldn't put my full attention to the game, I wouldn't play it.
I guess I've gone through some periods of having like lots of responsibilities and playing a lot less, and I just kept skilling. I don't know, it's soothing. I actually feel like I'm more motivated when I'm really busy. Like when you get home and you get to log in after like a long day, you're like ready to put in more EHP that night than you normally would, like starting from that time probably.
You're not an all or nothing player.
What?
You're not an all or nothing player. You just like playing, just whenever you can.
Well, yeah. There's a
Then
lot
some
of
people
of players are all or nothing.
Yeah.
I'm not all or nothing. I'm half or nothing. I still don't do good weeks, but I just feel like I wouldn't be able to play the game if it wasn't like always available.
It's like 2 hours per day or something that I could play. I don't know. I would not play the game, I think. If I had some big goals on my mind.
Yeah, probably the same for me. Although, as I said before, when I was in the military, I did still play, like, when I had the time. So maybe I would still continue skilling, but I'm not sure about that because, for example, I'm not gonna do RC with like runners, so I'm gonna do like Dolo. And if I could only play 2 hours a day, that would take like, I don't know, like 2 years or something to finish that one skill. So I don't know, maybe.
That is
Maybe-
true.
Yeah, so maybe in that case I probably would not skill. I'm pretty sure of that because I don't really want to do one skill for 2 years. Doesn't sound too fun.
It's actually kind of, this is not a flame in any way, but to me it's like kind of impressive that Oscar still manages to play when he's
Yeah.
like not playing so much. And when I say not
Yeah.
playing so much, like he is, like historically there's nobody that's been that low and that's kept going at such a high rank, right? And it's actually crazy. I respect
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I would not be able to motivate myself to log in like that.
It
It
is
is
the last
actually
skill.
pretty admirable.
So I think maybe I would be in the same position just because it's the last skill. But I don't know. It's hard to tell. Anything else to say on the matter?
Shout out to AJ, he keeps going too.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Oh,
That wraps
shit.
up that question.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we could talk about we want to talk about the direction of the new updates and the increase in jmods. I couldn't name half the jmods that we currently have. I do want to say that I'm happy they're finally fucking talking about the clan system, but it's so late. So late. I thought it wouldn't be even like close to coming into the game by the time I was done.
Yeah, that does suck, but I want to focus on the increase in jmods. I think it's really stupid. Like, they're like I guess their hiring practices. They hire so many people for no money instead of getting quality people and having less of them. I think would be much better off with less people who are paid more, because they would get much higher quality. I mean, saw on Twitter yesterday, a jmod had no idea what Ultimate Iron Man mode was.
Yeah.
That's actually ridiculous.
Like, I respect that jmod was like making an effort to like talk to the community. I don't want to flame them too hard, but like what? Like, I don't know. I feel like you could get higher quality people.
I feel like you just need to know the game that you're working on at a deep level. Hopefully. At least I would hope so, right? You should be aware of the game that you play, and that's not even like a small deal. That's a whole game mode. Like,
yeah, I mean, they said it while in the UIM Discord as well.
Wait, what do you say about UIM?
It's a jmod who didn't know what UIM was.
Jesus,
They
man.
thought it was like you were a UIM, and if you died, you became a hardcore. And if you died again, you became a normal Iron Man. I don't want to flame too hard, but it is just really funny.
Just frame, that's so ridiculous.
if
Yeah,
that
but-
was the case, I'd be speedrunning the death just to get the bank unlocked. Fuck a or a looting bag.
Direction of new updates. Don't make every skill a boss.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're not looking forward to fishing, Todd?
No, and they have some rune crafting boss in the making too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
stop
wha-
it.
Why do they spam us skilling updates, but they won't give updates to the PVMers who have been begging for it the past year?
This ties in super hard with our next question, too.
They won't give
Oh,
updates
yeah.
to the people that want them, and they spam updates to the people that don't.
They're too ambitious with all the stuff they want to add. Like, they just drop, like, they announce so much shit, but they can never get it done by the time they expect it to, because their team's so small. Trying to make a whole new game mode, but they couldn't, and it's been delayed till, like, late this year, Group Iron Man.
I mean, in part, that is due to them having to work from home. At least at the start. Like, coronavirus did push back, like, updates pretty heavily.
I don't think it's a
that's
team
not the
size
best
issue. I think
thing
it's
to
a
blame.
competence. They don't have good employees, because people who are good are not going to come work at Jagex, live in Cambridge, and make minimum wage.
Yeah,
So
have
they
to
just get
commute from
bottom
so
of the barrel
far.
people. They've tried to update PvP, and all they've done is make it worse, actually. Like now with RevCave's gone, PvP's worse than it was a year ago. They don't do any good PvM updates, and they just put awful skilling updates into the game. It's kind of embarrassing that I got addicted to this game.
Sometimes I do wish that I had maybe taken a different direction. I am 100% committed to finishing skilling, and then I think about like the skilling updates that have come in, and I'm just like, holy fuck. This is like, whatever. Fuck it. We could rant about skilling updates all day. I think it'd be more important to talk about how we're seeing a huge shift in OSRS to RS3, because RS3 actually is like new and exciting content that we have none of, and if like that's the obvious reason that we're seeing such a big shift too.
Yeah. Because I have a pretty unique perspective here, because I've been involved with both games for a long time, and it's not much better at RS3. It's a really bad omen for 07 when people are finding RS3 a much better experience. The jmods there are almost as incompetent. The updates are really bad. The PVM updates are easy, and they do awful like gear balancing updates. But it still somehow manages to be a better alternative than this game for PVMers.
Well, in most part, it's just because it's different and new to the people that only played OSRS, is what I think. You're still getting that same RuneScape feeling, but you're playing a different game.
Just funny how this, like, everyone used to shit on RS3, but then now everyone's sort of switching over, and like a game that looks like shit, like old school, it's harder to develop updates on this game than RS3, because RS3 has like voice lines for quests and stuff like that. I'm not sure if that team's bigger, but they seem to pump out a lot more than old school at the moment.
I wouldn't want that in this game.
Oh yeah, no, it was just an example though.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to say about this.
Well, you tried RS3.
Yeah, but
Quit at like
No.
80 total level.
yeah,
I tried RS3 too, just because of swapping, and then I just ended up spending too much money on keys.
I swapped
On
all
an
my
account
money
I'll
back
never
to
play.
old school.
Yeah, I tried some RS3 too because of the photo booth thing, just to get the photo on Temple, and it took me like 1 hour to find the fucking photo booth. So yeah, I don't know, that game's too hard for me, for my peanut brain. So yeah, I don't think I'm ever gonna play that game.
That's fair. Nobody has to play that game.
Yeah.
I think we probably have a decent amount of people in the chat that play RS3 too, just because of the way that it is right now. The big overlap in players. Like, I thought that what was going to happen is that RS3 players would be more often coming over to old school, and that is really the way it was for quite a while. It's just so surprising to see it the other way around.
Yeah.
What do you expect? They won't release any content for the people that want it.
No, yeah, of course.
Their idea of Raids 3 was fishing boss.
Oh, you don't think that the people with the solo CM world records, you don't think they want to try? What is that? What is it? Temperos?
No, but the PVMers actually did have a big update recently. They got the Jad thing that they got to do for 2 hours until they beat it.
That's true. That's better than Raids 3.
Yeah, and combat achievements, which every good PVMer will have done in 2 days.
Yeah.
That's really awesome. But they put their dev time to releasing a boss for fishing.
It's actually scary because we have no idea when Raids 3 or like any actual big PVM update will come. Like, is there any time frame associated with that? Not really. right?
When was the Nightmare update?
Like a year ago.
Yeah.
Is it really
That-
a year now? Holy.
Yeah, I
Last year?
no, it was early last year, like February or something. And I think that they said at some point that Rage 3 is coming in 2022 at the earliest.
Oh
20.
my
So-
god!
I might be wrong, but
insane.
I think I heard that from my PVMer friend. And yeah, that's pretty insane.
It's
It's a
doomed.
long time to wait.
They're just not gonna come back. They're gonna just keep playing RS3.
Or just quit completely.
Yeah. Jeez.
Well, hey, this is what they want actually, because the more long-term players they can get to quit, the more MTX and garbage they can pump into old school. It's
Yeah.
a good thing, really.
So they do shaft the long-term players and make more stupid mid-level PVM. Keep the revolving door going. New players in, old players out. It's a short-term strategy. I
I'm
don't
gonna
think
cry.
it's gonna work long-term for the game. Because it never does in games.
I don't know. I just don't understand why it's not a bigger priority to keep long-term players more interested in the game. Your dedicated fan base is what makes the game what it is, and shafting them doesn't seem right. The clan system will be very good. That'll be like a highlight for everyone, but it's still not even coming soon. And 2022, that's ridiculous. I don't know. I hope your friend is wrong.
I mean, is it even on their, like, 2021 agenda? Didn't they post something? I don't think it was.
What's the roadmap looking like?
Mm-mm.
So, I mean, if they're not talking about it yet, it's not coming out this year.
When's Fishing Boss?
Hopefully soon. I can't wait. I want the fish barrel for my Iron Man,
Yeah.
so I can fish Karambwans twice as AFK.
Yeah, me and my
What's
boys
that?
in Oblivion have been theory crafting the fishing boss so we can get some world records.
What was the Karamfan thing?
There's a fishing barrel that well, I guess it's like a coal bag, kind of.
Mm.
You can just put raw fish in it. So
Nice.
you double the AFK for Karambwans. Pretty big. Especially because the only thing I ever do on my Iron Man is just like AFK slay with like tank gear on, using food.
Same.
So the Karambwans is pretty big.
Yep.
I still have a glory, and I'm 93 Slayer or something. I'm a legend in these streets.
Beast.
Oh, and Noon Pet on 16 KC, which I'm
That's-
very proud of.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's probably the highest level PVM I've ever done on this game. Oh, well, other than Inferno, I guess. But I never completed that because I suck. Anyway, I'll stop shitting on myself. We can move on if you guys if you guys are ready. I guess we kind of addressed this already, but we could maybe talk about it again. Because I don't think we went too in depth, but the longevity of skilling as a playstyle. With the race to top page coming to an end, and then like the second page, eventually everything, like as top ranks become less available, obviously skilling changes. I think, you know, the game gets easier too. More people will be AFK skilling with like other games and stuff. So I don't think skilling is dead or dying. I just think that the way that we currently play the game is kind of on the way out. Definitely approaching a more AFK mindset, especially like if you just look at the tabs in the top right of my inventory. This is a method that most players are choosing to do now. And it's 0.7. So that should say a lot.
Yeah, I think AFK as well, but not just that. As much of a curse sense as this is, I think we're gonna have a lot of Diglets running around. People who like skilling, PVM, and Totus. Like, just more all around. Just a lot of Diglett 809s running around, as horrible as that sounds.
I think that sounds great. I hope they all come to TeamSpeak.
Yeah, basically that. People are just gonna start just trying to complete stuff rather than just skills.
Yeah, I could see myself dabbling a bit in toady points. Oh, that's gross. There is one particular pet that I'm super interested in getting, just because it would look sick in a Wilderness Fallen. The Kriara pet. Fucking dope pet. Definitely my favorite pet in the game. Probably gonna dolo that shit after 200 mil all. I'm praying I go a little dry, just because the second I get it, I don't know what the fuck else are in my cards.
Trying to think what my favorite looking pet is.
This is an interesting question. We should all answer this.
Off the top of my head, I really like Rift Guardian a lot.
Mine's
I
named
think that
Tom
pet's
Brady.
super cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't get people who name their pets, man. What is up with that?
I don't know.
It's fucking weird.
You're heartless, I guess. You probably
Man.
put your pets in the incinerator in the bank, you fucking...
You play,
Yeah,
you play
I
with
shoot them
Bellig,
and
man?
incinerate them,
Don't talk
man. I'll
shit
get
about
them later.
Gum Gum.
Which Gom? Bellig lets his golem die over and over.
Bellig's an awful pet owner.
Yeah. Well, no, that's not true, because he's had that white cat for a very long time, and he didn't bring it into VM. He cares a lot about the cat, not as much about the golem. Favorite looking pets? Saltia, Borsey, Fig.
I
You
like
didn't say
the
anything.
wildy pets,
Which
but
one's
not
your
the
favorite?
Chaos Ellie. I Callisto Cup and Vetion and Scorpio.
I have Scorpio pet.
I have Venenatis pet.
Veninatisen.
Favorite pet? I'm just gonna say the default cat, like black cat. That's my favorite. But
That's my cat too.
yeah, but out of like the more rare pets, I don't know. Maybe Venenatis. That looks pretty cool.
Rest in peace to my cat when I was finished RC and I went to do some suicide prayer, and I had that cat with me, and
Oh no!
Rip.
What color was it?
it was gray and black.
Oh, the spotted
Mix.
one.
Uh,
It's the one Panda Bro has, I think.
Yeah, he has that one, or he had that one.
I do like Jadpet, the little bastard. He is
I
kind of
like
chill.
the transmog for that is really cool. I might try for that after 200 mil as well. A little bit of a cheeky few hour time investment after the Inferno.
True. What about worst pet? Abyssal Orphan really stinks.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
so
pet
pet.
sucks. Wait, Figu didn't say his favorite.
Rock Golem.
I have one on me right now. I keep that thing on me. And he's
Pink
named as
Rock
well.
Golem, man.
Mine's red.
She looks nice.
Nice VM color.
No, this is not VM color. This is from Lovakite. Which, if you superheat, gives you 73 XP. Well played, Jagex.
No way.
How do you even know that, man?
I have a video on my YouTube channel, Superheating Lovakite, 73 XP in ore.
I won't watch it.
To the
but
tunes
thanks.
of NSYNC. Or maybe it's Backstreet Boys, I don't really fucking know. It's a great video, though.
How drunk were you when you made that video?
Dead sober.
No shot.
I was.
Kraken pet sucks.
It
Kraken?
does, and everyone has it.
I have the Kraken pet.
Cooking cape of pets.
Yeah.
True.
Alright, my bad. I'll just go put him in the incinerator.
You would never notice these gaudies are random.
I got that pet before I joined this clan, too. I think I was like 5,000 kills dry. Which is a lot of AFK Kraken, dude.
That bus looks so boring, man.
And you have to imagine, like, this was with shit gear, too. I think I had, like, Carol's and the regular Trident. Because pre-Zora. Oh. Oh. Oh, no.
The nightmare pet is pretty horrible in my opinion.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Shit.
Looks so
Let me
weird.
actually try to think of a shitty pet. Oh, another cute one is the mole.
Yeah.
Mole is cute. I like mole.
Omelet sucks.
Yeah, the omelet just looks like he's... Like, he thinks he's tough or something, the way he runs around, like, on his two hind legs and puffing his chest out. Like, I wouldn't... One clean swing at his glass jaw
Just the
hospital.
Jared pet.
It's definitely the Jared pet.
If Jared was a RuneScape pet, it's Omelet. And one swing at either of their jaws in their hospital.
Is that TOS? We can threaten Jared, I think. That's kosher.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't even remember what we were talking about before we got sidetracked by pets. Oh, the longevity of skilling is a playstyle.
We're doomed.
Okay, you're just like 2k EHP. Why would you want it to
Exactly,
be
and I
doomed?
know what's up ahead. Nothing. It's gonna be dead.
That's fair.
Yeah, maybe we're gonna see a bit more like people who are gonna do skilling and PVMing and a lot of that, as you have said, Diglett stuff, the Toad stuff.
Which in
Sorry,
all community Diglets.
sorry, Diglett. Yeah, maybe we're gonna see more like high-level players instead of just only skillers.
Yeah, we'll be high level community, but it's
Yeah.
just high level stuff. We already see like PVMers doing a bit of skilling though, right? Like with the skilling pets got that going, and then obviously they have so much money just burning a hole in their pockets that they can just do like con blast it out or something if they feel like it. It's been done, or farming I guess is typically one that you'll see from PVMers. Farming sucks. I'm so glad I'm not doing that skill anymore.
It's a good way to start the day.
I don't know what's wrong with farming. Everyone is crying about farming. Just what's wrong with it?
Well, I just like being able to log in. Well, actually all my zero time is done, so I can just like log in where I finished that night
Yeah, that's nice.
and just go
I don't
right
know.
back at it.
I used to hate farming, but I don't know. Now I like it as the starts of the day. Just a really chill way to start.
That's fair. Guess we could move on from
Yeah, I
this.
think we got everything out of that question.
We have like a overall Solace question here that a lot of people asked similar versions of, so we're kind of I'm just gonna like read them, and we're gonna put that into like a discussion topic on like old players. Top 3 Solace members that you wish would come out of retirement, favorite player in Solace that no longer plays, and who are your all-time favorite skillers, I guess. It doesn't have to be Solace. Maybe we should separate that one, actually. Yeah, we'll separate that. Do that next.
Yeah.
So just Solace specifically first. Every time Leafsnick is gone, like, it just feels more empty for me. I feel like I need that guy yelling at me in TeamSpeak for me to, like, enjoy the game. That might be my motivation.
Fortnite Burger.
So yeah, Leafsnick, if you ever hear this, come back.
Miss Leafsnick too.
I mean, you're gonna fucking do it anyway in a few months, so... and then leave again a week later.
Yeah. Other than Leafsnick, if I had a Monster Reborn card, I would probably toss it on Socha.
Yeah, that guy was
Miss
sick,
that guy.
huh?
I guess Aerob too, that counts, he's in the clan.
He does play like the amount that he says he's going to play from now on though, so he's not really like gone. But I guess
Yeah,
Monster
but I mean, I would just,
reborning him to his peak form be kind of
More
nuts.
just like involvement in the community and talking to him. I really like talking to him. Probably those two. There's definitely other people, I just can't think of them.
I always
My
feel bad
favorite-
answering these because you forget about like people that you definitely would want to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have only one and it's 10.
He's been gone for so long.
Yep.
Well, Leaves Nick. Well, I wouldn't say that he's a friend of mine, but he's a good guy, and he's always been like very supportive.
He is a
he's
very supporting guy.
Yeah, and then maybe Ray. Although I don't think he's in Solace anymore, but he was for a long time. So Ray and who else? Salami X. I want him back.
Oh yeah, Salami
He's a
X would be
legend.
a great shout. Just to see him type in the clan chat one more time. I need that closure.
Yeah.
Just one more thing to the thread, and I would be. Well, the thread is gone, but one more thing to the Salami Hall of Fame, and I would be able to die a happy man. I think.
Lumberjack boots, gloves left. Let's go.
Legend has it he's still going for the gloves.
Yeah.
That's where he's been this whole time.
And people think Settled has the most temple treks. Salami going for gloves.
5 years of tempo tech.
Those gloves would just be 1 in a billion drop rate.
He's gonna lose his mind when they finally drop.
Yeah, probably. I would lose my mind if I saw them.
If I got lumberjack gloves, it would definitely go insane. World first.
Figu? Anyone you'd want a Monster Reborn? Not that you know anyone.
Just playing the game for 6 days.
Leafsnick and Hotkeys. Leafsnick's is a nice guy, and Hotkeys got me into the game. And also, I'm pretty sure Hotkeys is liked by everyone.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's,
those
he's a good
hotkeys.
guy. Well, I guess we could just go to the general question of favorite all-time skillers and underrated skillers. I don't want to go first. I need to think.
Did we touch on top 3 Solace? Did we touch on favorite player in Solace that no longer plays?
Well, I thought that they were kind of like put together. You can. We can go back to that.
I
if you want.
guess. I guess if anyone just has a name.
Yeah. Do you have anyone?
Socha, I'd say.
Same answer. That's what I figured. They would kind of be like the same answer, so I just kind of lumped it.
Yeah.
Socha was Australian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez, what happened to all the
Still is,
Australian
probably.
fellas?
Probably not. I think he no longer Australian. He saw the error of his ways.
What's the upgrade from Australian? Because the downgrade is UK. Is the upgrade New
Zealand?
Zealand?
Yeah.
I guess being a Kiwi is a slight upgrade. Depends on the island, though. North Island, New Zealand is way better than South Island.
We could ask Sethany. Well, I just won't, but...
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of effort.
Is there really any like difference between favorite and a player you'd wish to come out of retirement? I feel like for me, my answer is pretty much the same. I have a bunch of other names that I would drop, but I don't want to forget anyone, so I'm just playing it cool with just Leaf Snick.
Coward.
I just don't want to forget anyone and hurt feelings. This is a PC podcast.
I'm gonna say AJ.
He's not really
Favorite
Well, he still
skill.
plays.
But favorite skill or all the favorite is AJ.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right.
Favorite skiller in Solace or favorite skiller overall?
I would say overall.
That's a good one. AJ is like... He was so ahead of his time, honestly.
He was always like supporting me. I remember that he was like years ago. He said like he sees me going for a long. I don't know what he said exactly, but was supporting.
Guess that goes to the next question. Who are your all-time favorite skillers?
Not Dave.
Oh,
Just throw that one out there.
Well, I'm just gonna be honest.
That name kind of rings
is,
bells. He's kind of a random. Like,
he-
I don't know. He hasn't been around in very long.
He
I
is
think he's-
probably the all-time worst skiller to ever touch this game, which is kind of a huge title to have.
He graduated from being a bad main into playing Iron Man for a year and a half and only being 90 crafting.
Hey, okay, let's let's get on
Alright,
to the...
let's move on to favorite skillers.
Yeah, let's talk about
So-
people that actually matter.
If I had to pick three, I'd say Vior, Bailey, Bluebonnet.
Okay. Can I drop an unpopular bomb here?
Yeah.
I'm kind of a Paul No Life stan. Because, no, don't just laugh. Like, I think it's insane what he did for rune crafting. I know people will say that it's an easy method, but, like, dude, holy fuck, that is 8,000 hours of Abyss rune crafting. 8,000 hours of doing any one skill in this game is fucking insanity.
Didn't he pull like some insane sessions as well, like some long ass ones?
Well, he did some, like, 40-hour sessions. It's not that insane by
Fuck
today's
that, man.
standards. At the time, though, I guess is pretty impressive. But yeah, that's just crazy to me. Let me think of some other ones. I think Lelador's a classic pick. Videos I watched when I was getting into the game. Lelador. I guess that would be a player that I'd want to come out of retirement, but it's probably too late for that.
Acid Soul. Make a video.
I actually don't like Acid Soul.
Sheesh. Oh, that's definitely an unpopular opinion.
Yeah, I know. Well, I don't dislike him, but I think he's... Fuck, I don't want to dig a hole here. He's like the Jesus of skilling to some people.
I think he was way ahead of his time as a player. Did like a 4K of fishing Agi. Like that wasn't very like a common thing back then.
Yeah, I guess so.
Definitely one of the best players from that era.
Yeah, no, he was very good. I just like at the time I liked his videos, but I don't think that they like resonate with me at all anymore.
yeah. My top three would probably be Lynx Titan, obviously. He's rank 1 and he was really like back before he was even 200 mil. He was so much ahead of like rank 2. I think back when I started, Westfold was rank 2 and Lynx Titan was like 3,000 hours ahead of him.
His
That's
peak was
pretty-
like over 4,000 hours ahead of rank 2.
Yeah, and
which
then
is insanity.
yeah, then probably Vior. He's an insane player, insane motivation. I don't know how he does it. He got banned and then he just made another account and still top 10. And then it would be a tie between Borsi and Ely. I'll probably say Borsi because he finished the game before Ely did. So yeah, Lynx VR and Borsi.
I like probably like unironically. Well, no, my Paul No Life shout out wasn't an ironic thing to say, but like he's not my favorite. I just think he deserves more praise than he gets. Top 3, I don't know, in no particular order. I think Sean Bay and Vior need to be up there, and then I guess Bailey is like in that same area. I think those 3 are like very similar kind of players in terms of like how much they've been able to play. I guess you need to have a nod to Rodney Farva as well. Kind of like goes without saying. The guy's doing something that nobody will ever do again. And he's not even doing it for top page. Well, I don't know. Can he get top page? Is it a possibility?
Yeah.
Let's go with the Gatherers now, though, right? It'll be interesting to see how he handles those. But I don't think he can fit into top page. I'm not sure.
Either way, the amount he's playing, you obviously have to put him like in the top players. After he's done, obviously, it'll be easier to say.
Yeah.
Because like the other players I mentioned are like done or very close to done. But I think what Bailey did is very impressive. If that's everything that everyone wants to say about their favorite players, maybe we could just try some questions from chat.
Did Borsi answer?
I think he did.
I said.
Oh yeah, you said AJ.
Yeah, do we want to do questions from chat?
Go for it, yeah.
I don't have chat open, so someone else is going to have to do it.
User in your channel timed out.
Oh.
Oh.
It now says that Figu is the hippo, Borsi is Tom Brady, Saltia is Aaron, and there's a line in the middle of my screen that is the kid from Stranger Things. Well, do any of you have the chat open? Figu?
No, not at the moment, no.
Oh, if nobody has the chat open, we're doomed.
Enlen asks who will finish rank 26.
Oh, that's like that's like the worst place to be.
Yeah.
I don't care.
User entered your channel.
Oh, welcome back.
I'm getting fried.
Okay, you're back. You can hear us?
I might go out again. It's lagging.
But you can hear us.
Yeah, what's good?
Okay. We're talking about who will finish rank 26. Question from chat.
Rodney Farva.
You think so?
Yeah, I actually think so.
I feel bad for whoever gets rank 26.
Yeah, not a good spot.
I'll get 27.
27 is like better than 26 in my eyes.
Yeah.
Just
for
because
sure.
26
is such a rag.
It is a huge rag, yeah.
Especially if 25 finished recently.
Any other good questions from the peanut gallery? Do you have the chat open, Ook? Because I don't.
Can't load a webpage right now. I don't know how TeamSpeak's working, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, Saltia, you're gonna have to carry the torch here on chat questions.
Well, there's the classic question, the Leafsnick one.
Why does Leafsnick sound like that?
Yeah.
I've been thinking about it recently, and I really just have no clue why he sounds like that.
Wait, there was one question on the submissions that we thought was really funny and we would use as an after-party question. It was asking about Puff ML's paper bones.
Oh yeah. Is Puff ML made of paper, or is he really just a piss little weakling?
Such a drag, actually, to ask.
What about that one question about Borsi?
Probably won't get into that one. Someone asked if you were allowed to say a certain word, but we can't talk about that.
Does Borsi have the past, is what they were getting at?
I'd like to move on from that topic. Peanut Gallery, save me. Send me any question in the chat that Salty I can read out.
Someone asked phone methods worth doing nowadays.
Redwoods,
Always.
baby. Hit up the Redwoods if you haven't already. Just don't make it your personality. Play the game when you're at the computer. That's rich coming from me, but definitely Phone Woods is the best thing you could be doing on your phone.
Yeah.
I think, anyway. It's like super AFK, super nice. It's a gathering skill. 1.5 tick. Woodcutting, probably not very fun for most people, unless you're built different. So there's really not a ton of questions from the chat, is there?
No, not too many. Let me see. What are your guys' favorite skills?
Fishing,
Alright, you guys
Slayer.
want to do the countdown?
Wait, okay, is everyone gonna say Slayer and then we clap?
Yeah.
Okay,
3, 2, 1.
Slayer.
Slayer.
Mine
I got
is
pretty
mine,
tough, man.
actually.
Yeah, actually mining is mine as well, but Slayer's a good one as well.
Mine is fishing. And Slayer.
Yeah.
What about least favorite skills? Mine's prayer. Awful
Yeah,
skill.
prayer.
Yeah,
Prayer.
Con.
Hunter.
Pussy.
Hunter. Oh.
Yeah.
Hunter does kind of. It's bad, but it's not
Hunter's
as bad
great.
as prayer though.
No, prayer is fun.
The only fun
It's
thing
so
about prayer
fun.
was victimizing a zookeeper in game.
Yeah.
200
My
million
personal
free.
victim
Yeah, 200 mil isn't free.
was for me. I didn't pay him a cent.
We paid a lot for the bones, so definitely.
Yeah, I told him it
he
costs
was
like
right.
2 bill.
What do you think?
Um,
I killed all those Warcath.
Construction is way worse than prayer.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Prayer is just so unfun.
Prayer is so much
No.
faster.
here's a good one from Seibe. If you got 200 mil all and a new skill were released, would you grind to get rank 1 overall?
I wouldn't do it.
I would probably end up with a higher rank than I currently will be getting. So yeah, probably. I also wouldn't
Yeah.
want to fall off of the top page. That would be depressing.
I've thought about it. I've gone back and forth, but right now I don't think I would do it.
Depends what the skill is.
There's no way I could compete with other people that would be going for rank 1, so I wouldn't go for rank 1. But
Yeah. Yeah, I
think-
wouldn't go for rank 1, but I would finish the skill at some point.
yeah, you want to, I don't know, you want to defend your rank, I think.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I just hope they never release one, because I don't
Yeah.
want the high scores ruined. I'd like to keep where everyone finished to be their rank, but obviously a new one's going to come out eventually. It's
Well, there
going to
will-
suck.
There will be a screenshot, obviously, of the top page being full. That's gonna
It's
be a
different,
fucking.
though.
That's gonna be an iconic screenshot, though. Like the day that 25 gets filled.
Yeah.
That's actually. That's gonna be so cool to look at. I'm looking forward to that. Can you tell?
Yep,
Anything
I can
else?
see.
What's the mindset of most players who get 200 mil all as a main? Are any people planning to play Iron Man or go for all pets etc?
I think that there's people like that kind of want to do both.
Yeah.
I want to explore a lot of areas of this game that I didn't get the chance to.
I originally wanted to play my Iron Man a bit, but now that they're going to be removing alting from Iron Man, or at least attempting to, I no longer want to play it. So no, I don't
I
want to do
think a
anything
lot
on
of
this
people
game.
are pretty
after turn
pissed
them
off about that. I don't see what the point of doing that is when so many people have already taken so much advantage of it.
Well, you just have people who do clue scrolls all day complaining to jmods about Iron Man alting for some reason when it doesn't really affect them. Stuff like that just, I don't know, maybe clouds the jmod's opinion of how people actually feel.
Well, the casual opinion is always going to be the one that gets heard the most. From Jagex's point of view.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, which is weird because it just doesn't affect them at all. They're not going for ranks, they can just not use alts if they don't want to.
Yeah. If I ever get 200 mil all, I think I would like to try some PVM with my friends, but I'm definitely not gonna go for all pets. doesn't sound really fun, and you would have to do like Inferno for that, and the what's it called, Barbarian Assault.
Bloodhound Pet can just rag you so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no interest in all pets. Just a select few that I might be interested in.
No one wants to go for Barb Assault Pet. That pet sucks.
Yeah.
I think some people really like that one.
Yeah, but it looks really good in my opinion, but the minigame is not very fun.
Is it time to
Can't
wrap
there
up?
anymore.
Unless we'll have one more question, if you guys have them. If not,
Alright,
we'll
Peanut
wrap
Gallery,
up.
put your collective minds together and think of a question.
Maybe if anyone has a question for Figu.
Oh god.
For me, this is the only time you're ever gonna hear from me.
Oh yeah.
Unless you're part of the CSGO team.
Yeah, we'll see.
So true.
Oh, there's one for Figu. What skill do you look forward to the most?
Slayer. That's the standard, which is boring, but
That
I
is
don't
a
know,
great
Slayer
question
is
for
finishing.
you. What are you doing? You're doing Sepulchre right now?
Yeah, just trying to crush it out.
Cool.
What was your first? Oh, you did smithing first. That's a beast. I love that skill.
Oh, you're actually just like an easy skill Andy. I thought you were like a Corey guy.
I did my. I
Just
paid
put
my
him on the
fair
spot
share.
there. There's just no reason to do that to him right there. So you really suck, don't you?
Hey chat,
Why'd you say that?
I have a question for chat. How was my mining? I did okay, right?
Diglett eyeballed it. He said it's like 82k an hour.
Shut up. No shot. No shot. I think I went off cycle like 5 times maybe. I'm kind of a demon, not gonna lie.
Yeah, pop out the rate.
No, because
That's
it has VM from yesterday. I won't pop out the rate. No shit. I should have tracked it. That would have been fun to look at. Shut up the libs. Think I can't do this. By the way, the second I hit that stop streaming button, that tab in the top right is getting cracked.
Blind Video brings up a good point. Log out. We can update your temple and calc it.
No, because I stood still for like 5 minutes at the start.
Yeah, we can remove that. We can go find the time you started mining at.
Oh, Jesus, boys. Blind, come on, dude. You're putting me on the spot now. I think it's definitely time to wrap this one up, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so
Any last minute shoutouts?
yeah, I would like to give a shout out to Bales for letting me, encouraging me even to use his picture as my TeamSpeak picture for this one. Him doing a little road in the mean streets of Manchester or wherever he's from. Manchester, Buckinghamshire, Hampton. I don't know. Anyone else?
Shout out to Hyebo and everyone from OHPVM, so Miksu, Skaft, Jesu, Pietu, everyone else.
That was just a fucking 4-pack of Finlands. That was
Yeah.
such Finnish names being said.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
there.
Shout out Moxie and Hotkeys.
Should we give a shout out to Big Ely?
Who?
Maybe.
You just named every person from Finland except for him.
All of them. The whole.
The entirety of the country was just named.
Those are my shoutouts. Deal
Okay.
with it.
I'll give a shout out to Dead Cantus and the guy from the When the Imposter is Sus meme. That guy's funny.
I might give a shout out to Baxter98. Anyway,
No one knows what that means, man.
Well, you know what that means.
Fair.
It's like the podcast where I dropped the Peter reference.
Come on, Figure, you got any shoutouts?
Yeah, Big Ed and Emlyn.
Who's Big Ed?
That's it. Oh.
What do you mean, oh?
What do you mean who's Big Ed, man?
Who is
That's
Big
it?
Ed?
Just Big Ed
Oh,
and
no,
Emlyn?
sorry, Big Head. There you go. Yeah, Big Ed and Emlyn.
Oh, Big Head. I thought you said Big Ed. I was like, who the... like, just some large man, I'm assuming.
Big Ed, it doesn't get much more random than that. That's a real two-pack of randoms right there.
All right. Well, with that being said, thank you everyone for tuning in. We'll see you next time.